New setting unlocked. The garage. I wasn't feeling well today. And my dad was like, go outside. That'll make you feel better. So now I'm out here. I hate to admit it, but I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I hate to admit it. I brought some activities. I brought my cards, and I brought the book to help me read the cards because I'm not that acquainted with them as yet. I also bought a book. One of my many. What are the topics I'm discussing today? I don't know. You know, I literally have a pen and a pad right here, and I could have just jotted down topics, but that's not as authentic, you know? It's not as real. It's kind of loud, low-key, because I have the fan on, because it's like 80-something degrees. I feel like I'm on the talk show now. It's like 80-something degrees. You know, sometimes I sit here and I'm like, I hate this neighborhood. But what really makes me like this neighborhood is the fact that, like, I'm sitting in this garage. No one bats an eye that I'm sitting here. I literally had my bonnet on before I decided I was going to start filming. And this man and this baby were walking, and he was, like, holding her. And he was, like, lifting her up in the air. And I'm like, that's so wholesome and sweet. I wish I had that. Can I, like, go back to being a baby? Anyway, let me tell you guys about how my yesterday went. So, so it was Lizzie's grad party, and I had to, like, disguise it a little bit to my parents and be like, yeah, we're, like, just all hanging out at Lizzie's aunt's house, just me and Lizzie and Autumn and her cousins and her family, because I've been going to so many grad parties that my parents have started to say no to them because it's just so frequent. But me, I need to go out. Maybe I need to leave. So anyway, we went to the grad party, and I had so much fun because her aunt has a pool. And it was like, the water was cold, but it was hot. Like, it was humid outside, so, like, it was fine for me because it was, girl, I was cold. Anyway, and I wasn't, like, frugal as I would normally be, when I go swimming, because I have, like, these French curl braids, and I didn't want, like, the curls to, like, you know, drop and die. But they seem fine. I mean, I didn't take it out of the braids yet, but they seem okay. Yeah, we did that, and then afterwards, because I'm the type of person who's like, who said the party has to end now? Let's go somewhere. Let's go out. So I was like, we were all sitting at, like, one of those, like, tables, and I was like, yo, like, me personally, I don't want to go home after this. What's the wait? Like, what are we doing? And they were like, oh, like, what can we do? And I was like, you know what? Drive-in movie. Let's do that. I didn't even look up nothing ahead of time. I didn't even check how much money I had before. I was like, because I bring my wallet with me everywhere in case I have a spontaneous idea. Like, let's go to the beach. Let's go swimming.
Let's go to the beach. Let's go swimming.
Let's go skydiving in Aruba. Like, if I have these spontaneous ideas all the time. That's why I have my wallet with me all the time. And in case of emergencies. So we were all like, bet, let's go. So Lizzie's cousin and Lizzie's cousin's boyfriend, I almost said fiance, they act like they're married. In the car the entire time, I was like, I feel like I'm your kid. I feel like we are your children. This is like, and I loved it. Look at the tan. Look at the tan. That's insane. That's insanity. So, and it was a real fun car ride, and I had a great time. We saw the, almost at the Flash. We saw Transformers, and then we saw Spider-Man. Guess how many times I saw Spider-Man now? 3 times. And each time, minus this time because I fell asleep, each time, it's still amazing. It's still amazing. I fell asleep because, girl, it was like 1 a.m. Girl, past my bedtime. Let's get this show on the road. We got there, but on the way there, we found out that the drive-in that we were going to does not accept card. Like, for your entry payment, it does not accept card. I only had card. So we had to go, and multiple people only had card too, so it wasn't just me. It wasn't like we had to, like, go to, where did we go? I think it was Wawa. It's not like we had to go to a Wawa, like, out of the way for me to get money out of the card. No, because most people only had card as well. So we got there, and what really hurt me was that, so I put down like a payment on a laptop for college, right? And I have to make the other payment by the end of this week. I have $10 left. That final payment is $366. $366. So we get there, and they hand us like a menu for food. That stuff is expensive. Not like expensive, like it's a reasonable price, but to me, somebody who only had $10 and did not want to spend it, it was expensive. I ended up getting a cheeseburger. My friend paid for my cheeseburger. And I got cotton candy, which was $3. And my friend also paid for my cotton candy. So yeah, we had fun. I felt like really gross by the end of the night, because it was like I have like all this like chlorine on me still, and I just felt so like foggy. Like my mind felt so foggy. If that makes any sense, it does not. I had a great time. I had a grand old time. I don't know what else I'm gonna talk about now, because that was like the only thing on my agenda to talk about. Oh my god, no! I heard on the TV how they're bringing back Furbies or whatever. I don't know about y'all, but I have never had a Furby. Those things freak me out. Those things, and what are they called? Those like mechanical dogs, those mini dogs. Y'all know what I'm talking about? If I can find a photo, I'm gonna put it like right here. If not, that's embarrassing if I can't find a photo. It's like some things are meant to like be buried and gone. Keep that buried. Also, update on the Five Below speaker that was $720 something. I'm returning it today. So I will have like $27. Maybe. I don't know how much money I'm gonna have after that. I don't know if I'm like doing this whole like tarot thing wrong. I don't know, because people do it differently. People like knock the cards 3 times before they do it, and they you know, sage the cards before they do it. Me, I don't have sage. I tried the like knocking the cards 3 times type thing, but it just didn't feel right for me, so I didn't do it. A man from the house across from mine just walked out to get something from his car. Please do not look at me. He just dumped a milkshake on the grass. That house looked nice as hell. When that house went on sale, I like looked it up on Zillow, because okay, my neighborhood has a lot of lore behind it. Let's just say that. The house across from mine used to literally be like a crack house. The people who lived there weren't bad. Listen, let me tell you a story about the people who used to live there. The one time I was home alone. I'm 18 now. But the one time I was home alone, I was like 10 years old or 11 years old. I don't know why I was home, because my dad at the time used to work and my mom also worked. I think my sister was off at college or something. I don't know. Or she was just like not home. I was sitting in the living room watching my Disney Channel. All of a sudden, power goes out. What the hell? And it wasn't like it was like extremely dark outside, but I was 10 years old and I was scared for my life. Imagine a 10-year-old little girl watching her Jessie on Disney Channel. Next thing you know, the lights go out. Hello? I don't want to say I was like raised on horror movies, but like from like a really, really young age, my sister used to watch them, horror movies with me, religiously. So the first thing that came to my mind was, I'm gonna die. There's a demon in this house. I'm going to die. So I left the house. I sat on my front step, and then a person from the house across from mine, the old owners, one of them came out and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I think I'm gonna die." Just they let me stay with them, and it wasn't like random people. Like my family knew them. My sister used to be friends with the person living over there. Like it wasn't like I just stayed at a rando's house for shits and giggles. No, I stayed over there until like the power came back on or whatever, and then I played video games with one of the guys. You know, it was great. It was fun. They took care of me. They took care of 10-year-old little Simone, who was spooked as the power went out. You know, but then I guess the house got something happened with the house. For a while, people like the entire neighborhood, not the entire neighborhood, but like some of the neighbors were like, "Oh, what are you gonna do with the house? Like, what's gonna happen?" And by some of the neighbors, I mean my mom. And she was like, "What are they gonna do with this house? What's gonna happen?" And then one day they just saw trucks in the driveway, and like construction things in the driveway. And then it's like, boom, the next day people were like lining up to get a viewing of the house. I'm like, what's going on? Can we slow down? We're moving real fast. So when the house went on the market, I was like, let me see what this house looks like now. When I tell you, it's like the property brothers came in there and had a child. It was completely flipped. It looks so modern now. And like, I'm here for it. Can whoever did that house come in here and flip this house? Because this house is old as hell. Everything in the house still functions. I'm not like shitting on my own house. I'm just saying we still have wooden cabinets. They have like wooden black cabinets. Like you know what I mean? Like those like really modern like black and white kitchens that I want, they have. When I get my apartment in the next like 3-4 years, it's gonna look like that. I'm just gonna manifest it out there. I'm nosy, so whenever people were coming in and out to view the house, guess where I was? Right there in my family room, watching them from my window. I am nosy. You can listen. In the future, when I have like a wife and kids or whatever, you're gonna see me up on my front porch with a glass of wine and a book, fake reading, because I'm observing all y'all. I'm watching all y'all. I know your business. I know your business. I don't want to live in a house like that though in the future. My dream is to always live in a townhouse in Manhattan, but they're like $6 million. They're expensive. Like $1 million for a townhouse in Manhattan. I'm not paying for that. I want to. Do you think they'll let me put down like a $10 down payment? $10 down payment so I can just reserve that house for myself? I think that's all I have to get off my chest for today. Thank you guys for tuning into Simon Says. I think I want to say that at the end of all my Simon Says videos. If I don't get tired of it, because I'm very inconsistent and I'm very, what's the word? Indecisive. So maybe I'll say thanks for tuning in to Simon Says, or maybe I'll say nothing and just cut the video. I feel like it's easier for me to do like these one-shot videos and then I edit them, because it's like all those multiple clips on my phone is gonna take up a whole lot of storage. Until I get a camera, we're gonna stick with Simon Says for now. That is all for my Simon Says today. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys. Hopefully I keep this streak up. Hopefully my streak of 2. And I will see you guys, I don't know, TBD.